Hello everyone, I'm Janelle from Taiwan. Today I'm with Nicole in Australia to talk about her online business. So hi Nicole.
Hi Janelle, how are you going?
Yeah, it's great. And how are you?
I'm fantastic. It's Saturday and it's a nice day.
Yeah, it's Saturday here too. And can you tell us a little bit about your background before this?
Yeah, so before I became a digital business owner, I was actually working as a carer for my son, and because my son has a chronic pain condition, and I also was working as a carer for other people, so I could help them do what get the supports that they needed. But before I became a carer, I actually worked at a university and used to run their student engagement program. So I looked after 5 departments. I was super busy, and I loved what I was doing. And then when my son got really sick, my priorities needed to change, and I moved into that sort of full-time carer role, which I actually had never been a full-time mum because I'd been a sole parent, and I went back to work when my son was 5 months old. So I'd always been providing for the household.
Oh, being a mom and have a sick kids, is very hard.
Yeah. It is life-changing to have a chronic illness, so something that there is no cure for. So it's definitely life-changing.
Yeah, it's a long-term challenge, but you really committed to it and you did not think negatively and did not do anything. You tried to do many things.
Oh yeah, I just tried to do everything, and for many years I tried to juggle all the balls of being a corporate business woman and being a mum, but then with my son's illness, he actually just needed to go to so many appointments, and he, from year 8, has not really been able to go to school very much. The doctors were trying to get him to go for 1 class a day, which is a bit hard to juggle when you need to get him to school and get him home and then take him to other appointments most days of the week. So yeah, it's been a pretty interesting 4 years, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. And you need to switch your schedule between things. You have so many things to do for a whole day.
Yeah, absolutely. And things came to a breaking point where I just couldn't keep doing the corporate job I was doing, because I kind of wasn't doing that very well at one stage. But just, I completely needed to switch gears. I needed to change to care for him full time. And I had an opportunity to take a redundancy, which then gave me the flexibility for a short period of time to not work and just look after him. However, for me, that was the beginning of 2020 as well. And that's when the world changed.
Yes.
And but for me, I lost a lot of my identity then. So instead of being this, woman that's strong and courageous, I actually faded away into someone that was just solely, I was heartbroken. If I really think about it, I was heartbroken about what was going on with my son. My head was going a bit sort of nutso because it just didn't know what was going to be the best course of action. And I didn't feel like I was providing to the greater society either. Yeah, I just it was hard. Wow.
Yeah. So what was your commitment to do this online business?
Oh, because what happened is I got to a stage where I needed to actually either go back to work, because I needed to earn money, and I went and had an interview, and I'm like, how on earth am I going to do this? It needs the time commitment that I just can't have. I'll apologize. My cat's running around here.
Wow, you have a cat?
I have a cat. Yeah, so it got to the stage where, I went for this job, and it was, multiple levels lower than what I was doing previously. But I was like, I just need to do something. But then I couldn't really have the time. At the time, my son needed to go to appointments 4 days a week. And I needed to try and homeschool him because the schooling system said he was too hard to look after, because he was in chronic pain. Like, he physically is in pain 24/7. So he just can't move around much. And I just didn't know how I was going to juggle it all. And a friend of mine actually is a digital business owner, and she gave me a link like a year before, and I sort of ignored it because I'm like, can't deal. But at 11 o'clock one night, I sort of thought, I'm going to check this out. So I checked it out. This was just after that other interview. And then within a few minutes, I'm like, this sounds interesting. I think I can do this. And then by the end of the 90 minutes, I'm like, I think I really enjoy doing this. And I pretty much signed up straight away and got started, and have been on this amazing journey ever since. So yeah, it's definitely been an interesting ride.
Awesome. So your son is your commitment, your big why of doing this, but yourself got attracting by this business also.
Yeah, absolutely.
Joyful doing this. So I think I already see from your face that your life has been changed, but I still ask you the last question. How's your life be changed?
Yeah, so the biggest change for me is actually me. So I've realized in the last few months that yes, I do have flexibility, and I can take my son to appointments and be there for him, but I found myself again. So it didn't take long for me to find myself. But throughout the last year and a half, my confidence has grown again. And particularly in the last few months, I know that I have a lot to give and a lot to share, and I love helping people. I absolutely love it. I've always loved helping people. I've loved putting people into the right spaces, and I get to do that here all the time. When I very first started, I found a bit of myself getting excited, but I still, I kept pushing myself down into this little box. But now I'm like, hey, I can do this. I can share what I'm good at. I can ask questions if I don't know, because we have a fabulous community. And yeah, it's finding myself, and it's actually my purpose in life. Yeah. So I've realized that my purpose in life is to help people not struggle the way I have struggled, and to be able to help themselves and then help others. So it's like that ripple effect.
That's huge. And you're a powerful woman.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thanks, Nicole, for taking time for me. I know you're very busy, so I'll just let her go, and I will have more interview with person around the world next week. See you then.
Awesome.
Bye.
Bye.